Hey everyone, welcome again to another session of just all about e-commerce, really, just talking about e-commerce. So if you're joining me live here, I'm actually coming at you from New Zealand. It's 10 p.m. and on a Tuesday night. I'm not too sure where you are in the world, but if you put a hashtag live, if you're joining me live, and just let us know where you're coming in from and what time it is. Dr. Lisa, good to see you again. And whoever joins in tonight's session, just put a hashtag live. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what the time is there. And of course, if you're joining us for the replay, please put a hashtag replay. So thank you, Dr. Lisa, for putting the hashtag live in there. Okay, so tonight I'm just going to talk about private labels, private label products. Now, not digital private label products or PLR, or as they call it, private label rights, but mainly physical products. Okay, and I've had some experience with private label products in the past. It's still something that's actually done to this day, and it's very popular actually. And I've actually shown examples of what private label products are in various workshops. But I'm going to go over that again because, just in case you weren't too sure what it was all about. Good to see you here, Johan. Of course, you're coming in from Australia. You're about 2 hours behind me, so you're about 8 p.m. where you are. Dr. Lisa is 6 a.m. in Baltimore, Maryland. I need to come over there. I haven't actually traveled to the States itself. I've been, probably the closest I've been is Hawaii. I spent I think it must have been about just over 7 days there. And that was back in the 90s. So I don't know what it would be like now, but it was sort of jaw-dropping when I went over to Hawaii. But Baltimore, definitely want to go there. I also want to go over to Georgia, where Karen is as well. Miami, Florida, where another protege team member is at, which is Rosalina. So wouldn't mind going over there and actually seeing the sites. It's on my bucket list anyway. But thank you for joining me tonight. All right, you might find this topic a little bit more interesting in terms of e-commerce because it's not something I've actually really spoken at length about. I have actually delved into it a wee bit when I was actually doing Amazon. But does anybody know what private label products are? I'm not talking about digital products. I'm talking about physical products. Does anybody know what private label products are? If you do, put it in the chat. Put a yes or no. That would be suffice. All right, until we actually, I will just wait to see what we get in there. If it's a no, that's fine. I'll just I'll cover it. But at the end of the day, I want to sort of see just if you know that like private label products actually exist in terms of, okay, well, here's an example. Supplements, right? You can actually put your own branding onto supplements. So it's a product that, like protein powder, multivitamins, those sorts of things. Okay, Johan says no. Yeah, good morning, Dr. Lisa. Yes, it is morning. Actually, it is about, it's about 6 a.m. where you are, isn't it, Dr. Lisa? So you're up bright and early. I wonder if you ever sleep, to be quite honest. Anyway, so things like supplements is private label. So basically you have your own label design, your own name on the actual supplements. So if you're, I guess if you've got a fitness, sort of like a fitness gym or something like that, and you want to promote like your own supplements with your own brand and all that sort of thing, you can do that as well. That can be a little bit expensive, and it's a bit of a rabbit hole to go down. I set 3 alarms. Wow. Wow, 3 alarms. Man, good on you. Is that every day? I just wonder, is that every day? But you're really good. Man, and thank you for being here, Dr. Lisa. So there is a simpler way to do private labels. In fact, there's actually probably a more cost-effective way, if it costs at all, to actually do this in terms of private label. So let me show you a bit of an example. The best place to actually help you understand what private label is all about is that I show you the Amazon site. So let me do that now. Hopefully you can all see that. And let me just increase the size a wee bit, just so maybe make it a little bit bigger. All right, so I'm in my Amazon account. And you probably see up here, delivered to Cheyenne with the, that's in Wyoming, by the way. That's where I had my LLC registered and my seller certificate. So I actually had an address in Cheyenne where I got my mail and stuff like that, but that's another story. Okay. I have heard of supplements. Yes, sounds expensive. Going down the supplement track is actually very expensive in terms of the cost that's involved. But I'm just going to show you something that a lot less cost effective. Well, sorry, I should say cost effective. So cost a lot less. So I'm on Amazon. I'm in my Amazon account. And I'm going to put in here because it's something that I actually, I recall seeing about a few years ago, which was quite a popular product, and was a credit card tool, if you like. So it had various notches out of it to behave as a crescent or a spanner, a screwdriver, a ruler or a measurer, a saw, but it was the size of a credit card. Now I kind of thought, well, look, I'm going to put that in there and just see if it's still a popular item. And normally when something's quite popular, it'll come up straight away. So like this here has got credit card holder for women, and I'm thinking maybe that's come up because people are searching for. I'm not sure over in the US when Mother's Day is, but over here I think it's this weekend, Mother's Day. But that could be why as soon as I put credit, it's coming up with credit card holder for women, possibly because it's Mother's Day coming up. But anyway, I'm going to put credit card, and I'm just going to go holder. Now, the thing I was looking for wasn't actually in there, or didn't come up, which is I'm going to try credit card multi. There you go, multi-tool, and this is kind of what it looks like. All right, so you get the picture. This is what the credit card looks like. Now, if you have a look at this one, and then you have a look at that one, you would probably say that they look quite similar. They look very similar, and but they are actually by 2 different brands. This one says Labe, and this one says Furlia by the looks of it. But you can generally see that the general shape of it is the same. There may be some slight differences, possibly. They've actually darkened the lettering on this one here, where they haven't done it here. You don't have these things on this edge here. They've got something different there. I guess these are markers. I'm not too sure. But if you can see what I'm seeing here, what I'm trying to show you is that this is a product that is very, very similar to each other, to two different suppliers. One's got different price to the other, but they're generally the same, and they're the same size as a credit card. All right, now you've got a different product over here, which has got all kind of got these here, but it doesn't actually have this going on over here, but it does actually have that shape there. So I guess what you need to ask yourself is why do they look very similar, but they got differences? And I'll tell you why. Because these are actually private label products. And what the seller has gone and done is they've actually contacted the manufacturer and they've asked them to make subtle changes to the tool, maybe add something different or take something out, and in the place of that, they're going to add something they think would actually be a lot more handier. And so what they do is they get their branding, and you can see on this one here, it says widget. They get their branding put on it, right? So you're actually buying pretty much from the same manufacturer, if you like, or supplier. Mind you, there will be probably others out there, maybe a ton of them that are actually doing the same thing over and this is over in China, by the way, in China. But they're just doing, they're custom designing them to your requirements. And all you got to do is stamp your branding on it. Now, the secret is not really what the actual tool does. Like, I mean, it's got a lot of different, differences in terms of, if you have a look here, that's a big difference to that. There's not much difference between this one and that one. But, like at the end of the day, what it looks like and how it's packaged is really key. Now, does this one actually look like it'd be something that I would want? I'm not absolutely sure unless I read the information about it and how functional it is. But at the end of the day, I don't like the look of it. I don't like the design. I don't like the logo. So it looks at everything in some respect. These two here, the obvious one, if I was to choose between these two, I'd pick this one here because this is so much cheaper than this one here. And they actually both look the same. Color is really, like some people prefer, a certain color. Black is really good. I like black. Now you see down here, there's another tool, and it's actually cheaper again. But you have a look at these reviews here. Like that's got 1,675 reviews. Now, if you take the ratio that not everybody actually will write a review for a product, so that's no sign as to how many people are buying the product. That's just telling you how many people actually bothered to put a review up. Let's have a look at some of these reviews, shall we? Because this is interesting. I actually don't like this one. I don't like the look of it, but yet it's got the most reviews so far when it comes to this particular product. Let's have a look at some of the reviews. I'm just going to click up here. Probably, let's just scroll down. Look at some of these other ones. These are actually other similar products. Okay, so something's happening with my mouse here. It's actually kind of behaving a little bit funny. All right. I just think it's the site. Oh, well, okay. So if we have a look at some of these, what it does, it actually, it's got, so if you can see the nut there, it's actually turning the nut there. We've got a screwdriver or Phillips screwdriver. Let's have a look at the video when it comes up. Bottle opener. wire stripper, measurer, protractor. See. Oh, I can see why it's kind of popular because there's a few other things that I didn't know that it could do. Obviously, with the money clip or the credit card clip, you can actually put your credit cards, attach it to it. So there's a few different things that it does actually do, and that's probably why it's so popular. But let's just see what some of the reviews say, because it's interesting when you actually look into something like this, as simple product as what it is. It's really interesting to actually read some of the reviews. So where are we? Reviews. Okay, I bought the guys in my family these for Christmas. They all liked it as it fits nicely in their wallets, so they can use it all when needed. Yeah, that's pretty much reviewed in the United States. Black with detachable money clip. They just put stars. I bought it in black with the money clip because I've been looking for a slim wallet, something like this to keep in there in case I ever need something on it. The M2 hex works for quarter bits in case you need to drive a screw or whatever and you have bits but no handle for some reason. The money clip seems durable and actually holds quite a bit. I keep the tool in the provided sleeve, and I have my driver's license, 3 bank cards, and 2 gift cards in the room to spare, with room to spare. How have I lived my life without this product? Well, I think this is a guy thing, to be quite honest. You know, we love our tools, and you know, to actually have something that's a credit card size, pretty handy. I've actually been tempted to buy one myself in the past. I never got there, and I thought to myself, when I can actually get my own private label one and design it the way that I want and put my own logo on it and things like that. I have actually really seen some really cool ones that they come out with. If you have a look at this one here, look at all these different attachments that it's got there. You know, so this is how far you can go with this, and you can private label these products. It is so easy. You're a gadget girl. It is so easy to actually communicate with you know, some of the suppliers over there in China, and have them, you know, they'll go out of their way for you to create the product for you. You know, they've already got the machinery set up to do different things. So, and this is the way they operate. They know that their clients are going to want something different to the next person. So they're not going to say one size fits all. They're going to actually work with you and see if you can actually, see if they can actually do what you want them to do, which 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what happens. If you have a look at something like this one here, I'm going to quickly go into this one here, actually. I'm going to see what else is actually in here. If I have a look, see this here? If you were selling one of these on your site, this is something which is a must. Having all these sort of like an infograph of what it actually does, the different things it does, very explanatory. Picture speaks 1,000 words. Having images of use cases is also another one, as you can see here. All right. It's even got a pencil sharpener. Wow. But use cases is always good. Videos are always good. Now, let me just, I think what really lets this one down is, unlike the last one, it doesn't actually have a video. What else? So yeah. Okay. If you have a look at this one here, it's actually got a case for it as well. But let's just go, oh, look at this. I love this. Here's another one. It's got a design on it. It's got the American flag there. You know, like, I mean, you're going to get a lot of proud Americans. They're going to actually go after that, something like that, because it's got the American flag on it. And he's gone and called his, or she has gone and called hers, Wallet Ninja. Now, look at the price, $14.98. It probably costs the same as the rest of these to buy, maybe $1, maybe less than that. I'm not sure, depending on how much you buy. But look at this. Like, I mean, that person's bumped their prices up purely for the fact, because if you have a look at the design, it's something that people will probably buy just because of the design, right? And they'll spend that extra money on it. Let's go back. I want to have a look at this other one. This one here. iSpendy, gift for man and dad. Now, here's an idea that when I last looked at these were great gift ideas for groomsmen for weddings. They were awesome gift ideas. So this is what you could give your groomsmen, as a gift for actually being groomsmen for your wedding, things like that. So these are perfect gifts. But look at this. Look how this has got like a little pocket knife, if you like, a whistle. Now I'm going to go on here and you can see the magnifying view, a whistle, a rope. So it's kind of a survival kit that goes with it. Let's have a look at this. Okay. Yep. Got kind of a little saw going on there. It's got a bottle opener, I think that is, or multi-purpose hook. Compass is actually built into this as well. And this is probably into the case. So it's got a compass as well. So truly a toolkit, but also a survival kit as well. And look at the price, $8.95. I think that's an amazing price just for that. But you can see where I'm going with this. So packaging is everything. Design is everything. Your logo that you're going to have on there is everything. It's got to speak out to the audience that you're trying to actually you're trying to speak out to. So if it's like males from a age range from 18 to, let's just say like 60, you want to think about what your logo is going to look like, what your, if you're going to have a design that's all over it. And I think the other one that had the American flag may charge more because it cost extra to actually put all that other stuff on it. But so what they've done, they've got the basic product, and they've spoken to the manufacturer. I want to add this onto it. I want to do this with that. I want to do that. So it could be exactly the same manufacturer, but each person have gone to them and said, I want something different to, that person. And I want to have my logo on it. And if you were part of my e-commerce workshops in the past, we did talk about the yoga socks, or the Pilates socks, or yoga socks, whatever you want to call them, and had pretty much the same sock. I think it was something crazy, like about, I don't know, 80 cents or whatever for a pair of socks. But that's how much you could buy them for, say from AliExpress or Alibaba. And people were selling them for something like similar to this, like $8, $14, or that sort of thing. And it had kind of like printed on patterns with your logo on it, or different logos on it, so you could actually make it your own. This is the same concept, but it doesn't really cost you a lot of money to actually go private label or do something different when it comes to places like Alibaba manufacturers or suppliers or AliExpress. Oh, sorry, Alibaba is primarily the one that you need to be focused on. Same manufacturer, that's very interesting. Yeah, a lot of them are the same manufacturers, very much so. But but they're willing to bend over backwards to actually meet your requirements. The one thing I do know when you're negotiating with or you're communicating with a lot of these manufacturers in China is that there needs to be an element of respect for each other. Now, you can actually have a language barrier there where they cannot completely understand you, but you need to be patient. And sometimes you may need to actually do it like on a chat message or something like that, where they can actually translate it into their own language. But you really need to, take your time with them, and in order to get what your requirements are across, so that you both are on the same page. And it does require an element of, that respect for one another, as coming from different countries, and having that language barrier, but being able to overcome that by finding ways that you can actually do that. Don't ever get frustrated with them. That's the last thing you need to do. You really want to work with them. Sometimes the frustration may come from misunderstanding, or not sort of, not kind of getting where you're coming from, but you need to try and curb that, and really get what you're trying to achieve across to them, so that you can have a good relationship moving forward, because these people may be your supplier for the next 5-10 years. You never know. All right. So you need to be mindful of actually establishing good relationships with them. But that's kind of what I wanted to tell you about private labels. It's just a little insight, things that I've actually experienced. But whenever you're looking on something like this, probably that wasn't really what I wanted to show you when it came to credit cards, because that seems to be not the big flavor anymore. But when I put in credit, I was actually thought it might come up, but it didn't. But what did come up was the woman's wallet, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me just go back. I'm going to go back to the main page, and if you haven't heard this before, when you first go into Amazon and you want to kind of get a whiff of what sort of products are trending at the moment, or what's very popular at the moment. This is taking a little wee while to actually refresh or go back. Okay. All you got to do is just click in here, and it'll tell you. All right. These are not my searches. These are actually people these are popular searches from people looking on Amazon. So derby hats for women 2024. I'm not sure what derby hats are. Are we talking racing? Oh, it is Kentucky Derby. That must be something that's coming up, right? Otherwise it wouldn't be there, but Kentucky Derby. So this is not something that will actually be an ongoing product you can rely on. But funny enough, when I click in here, you've got chicken shredder. Of course, Mother's Day gifts. So kind of like what I was talking about before, that's coming up. All right. But I'm going to go credit. And there it is, credit card holder for women. I'm just going to go credit card. And you'll see the similar thing that I was talking about. So if I click on here, let's just say I'm going to click on this one here. Fur art. They've got one here too as well. They've got a couple of different credit card holders. But if I click on that one there, all right, so let's just have a look at some of the features in there. All right, nice and slim. It's got a slim feature. You can put your driver's license in it. It's got a see-through thing. You can use it as a identification, a tag, if you like, around your neck. I'm sure there are a few other things. All right, okay. Oh, right, okay. The other thing is that it actually has an RFID blocking material, so like people can't scan your credit card while it's in your pocket. All right, very important these days. But if I go down here, look how many other products are pretty much the same. That one there says Buffway Slim Minimalist Fun, blah, 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 whatever. So that's different again. That's a different brand again. Then you've got another one that looks the same, and that's a different brand again. But look at the different prices. Probably the only one thing that's going for this one here is that it's got this kind of finger opening or thumb opening where you can actually push the card out. I guess that's what that's for, without having to try and sort of fumble around with it, trying to pull it out. Same with this one here. They've gone with the same concept. And it's also a different brand. And if you have a look at this one, this is a different brand again. They've got a similar exposure there, but they've changed the shape of theirs. So this is what I mean, is that the same manufacturer, just different requirements, different things that you can change, and you can make it your own, and you can sell it as your own brand. That's pretty much what, when it comes to China and dealing with places in Alibaba, that's pretty much what private label is really. And if you engage in conversation with them, they're more than happy to actually assist where they can in order to not only just get your business, but to retain your business as well. Hopefully that was all important information, because, you know, it kind of, a lot of people think that these all kind of just all look the same. You know, people wonder why they look the same, different brands. That's the reason why. What I've just explained to you, and that doesn't just happen with these things, obviously. It's across the board with different products. All right, so Johan is saying, okay, so let's start with Dr. Lisa. I am a gadget girl. Yeah, actually you are. Yeah, I could pick that up from you. Johan is saying, sounds similar to what we called co-packaging in the juice food manufacturing company I worked for. Clients wanted to brand the juice and slight change sometimes in the ingredients. Exactly. That's exactly what this is all about. But on the level that you guys were doing, there's a lot more investment involved, and you kind of have to be like a kind of a big company, I guess, to be able to do that. But in this case, just little products like this, it makes it easier for people like myself and yourself to actually produce something that's, that can be quite handy. If you have a look at the multi-tool, very handy. This is very handy. Now, I mean, the only thing that I would probably, that would help me decide which one I'm going to get out of this, one could be price, but not always. Not always is it price. A lot of it comes down to how it's marketed. And if you've got, if it looks good enough, say for instance, if I actually clicked on, I kind of like, I'm not into pink in terms of a wallet, but if I go here, I kind of like this because believe it or not, I love the shape of the hole. I don't like that shape. I kind of don't like that crisscross material. You see how this all works, right? I mean, it then becomes more of a look type aspect. I mean, we're all kind of like that, right? We'll buy something if it looks good, right? And so I'm willing to pay the $15.99 as opposed to the $6.99. What's prompted me to actually probably have a look more into this one is that to figure out why it's $15.99, but look at the amount of reviews, 102,794 reviews, and they're all kind of 4.5 stars on average. That's got to say something. So if that was the difference between that one and that one, why? Why is there a difference? Let's have a look. All right. Now, I mean, like this close-up picture is great. It's showing kind of like the material or the texture of the material. To me, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking it's not like cotton or anything like that. It's more vinyl looking, plasticky, but it looks kind of like robust. To me, it looks like durable. All right, that's what I'm getting from it. You've got all these different colors, so there's a lot of colors you can choose from. All right, there's a lot of colors. Let's have a look at this. It's given me some really good images, like real close-up, clear, professional-looking images. It's saying, and this is exactly what I thought it was, quick access to actually get your cards out, or the main card there. What else? Visible window, clear PVC. These are really important that you have these kind of like information things on it. Okay, it's, you know, and relatively gives you an idea of size as well, thickness, colors. I like it. It's got 102,000, well, almost 103,000 reviews. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you have to wonder. Now, this was the other one I was looking at. This is actually the much cheaper one. It's probably half price. Let's have a look at this one. I didn't like the material. Okay, in first look, that is not a very good image. Yes, you've got a magnified image there, but that there is not the greatest. Actually, I think it maybe was blurry from the start, and now it's actually refined a wee bit. It doesn't actually float my boat. Let's have a look at the next one. Yeah. Let's have a look at this one here. I think it's taking a little bit longer to show. Yeah, okay. I'm actually not really liking the images. I don't really like the images, what I'm seeing. It's got a video, which is good. What's this? But yeah, I'm not really, I don't know. It's like, it's not actually enthusing me. So I would probably go back to the other one and buy the other one, even though it's more expensive. There's no real big difference other than the texture and stuff like that. But I think if you're a price person, you would go for this one. If you're kind of a looks person, that you like the look of the other one as opposed to this, then maybe they should have put maybe their best photo as the one as the main photo rather than that one there. Maybe something that was more black. I'm not too sure if they got anything, but blue. I'm not a blue person. I don't really like. Yeah, I'm not sure about the colors too as well. That's pretty cool. I think if they actually showed that one, that's actually probably got a lot better picture. Anyway, so the point is, can you see in terms of marketing, when you're promoting the stuff, images are best, and some type of infographic type images to show all the different features of what things do. Don't just expect that people would understand, like especially with that toolkit, they would understand what every little notch and everything else actually does in terms of a purpose as a tool, because they probably won't. You need to point it out, and the more you point it out, the more helpful you are in your information, the better the images, especially the close-ups of something like this, where you can actually get an idea what the material is like, the stitching, how robust it is. Then you're definitely on your way to actually promoting your product, no matter what price it is. All right, that in essence is actually PL, private label products in that sense, not digital but physical. And so if you do go down that track and you're going to buy, say, bulk, or you're going to sell on Amazon, it can be quite an easy thing to do. Right? And you don't actually have to sell Amazon, just Amazon in the US. You can sell it. They have Amazon in a few different countries. I know they've got it in Australia as well, but US is a bigger market, right? And if you're in the US, it's probably a good idea that you do. I don't know if you guys have got questions, or if you want to pop something in there. I've never intended these sessions to actually be this long. They're starting to turn out like my groove GLUs, but I get a bit carried away with the subject of e-commerce. I'm excited to share my knowledge with everybody. about, some of the things that I've encountered in my experience when it comes to e-commerce, and, just give you a little bit of insight, so that you got a better idea as to if you ever wanted to look into doing something like this, you'd know what to do. Well, kind of, you'll know some of the things that I've mentioned. There are like with Alibaba, you need to sign up as a seller. As a buyer, and as a business. And once you've done that, you have an account with them. You do actually collect points and stuff like that too. The more you buy, or the more you purchase through the suppliers. And so I actually I've been a member with them for a long time. And now and then I will probably buy stuff. I'm not all the time. So that's it for that topic. I just want to quickly go over to our website, which is the iSummit360.com. This is our learning site, as Jingy would call it. So things you may want to learn about. We've got different courses here that you can either purchase or you can get for $0. And there's a hell of a lot of them in there. So come over to the page. It's iSummit360.com. My one is on here, by the way, which is the what is it? The ecom. Hopefully it is. Yep. So my one is the iSummit360.com/ecom, and it is $97. Pretty much I go on about anything to do with drop shipping, suppliers. We just spoke about like private label products, and kind of just dealing with some of these suppliers. There's a whole range of different things, and they're all packed in one course. And the other thing is that there's the introduction of AI as well, and what tools I use, and some tools that I've actually created in order to help my cause when it comes to building out stores or e-commerce stores. So jumping along to that, don't forget I've got my e-com workshop. It's a free event coming up this Thursday, which is 6 a.m. GMT plus 8 on Thursday, which I believe would be 6 p.m. Eastern time on a Wednesday evening. And it'll be like, it'll be about 4 a.m. for you, for you, Johan. So a bit early-ish, but hey, if you can make it. If you can't, that's cool. You can, maybe do the course. But anyway, look, because I don't think there's going to be a replay for that. So if you want to be part of it, join me live, and that way too as well. We can I can answer any questions towards the end of it, or actually after each section. But I will be introducing something different to this one. I don't want it to be exactly the same, or too much like the last one in terms of, because things have evolved since then, even in terms of AI. So go along and register for that. And if I can bring that up, iSummit. Oh, I've actually forgotten. Hang on, let me just go to the resources page. And let's have a look on there. Come to our calendar. Just go to groove.cm/resources, and you can also actually catch the calendar there as well. And we're going into next month. Actually, it's going to be in May. All right, let's go next month. And there we have it there, 6 a.m. There is the link. So it is isummitmastery.com/ecom. come over and join us for the live event. And yeah, I look forward to you guys being there. All right. Johan, you've registered. Awesome. I look forward to possibly your daughter joining us as well. Thank you, Peter. You're welcome, Dr. Lisa. Dr. Lisa, you have a great eye for detail. Yeah, it's probably my downfall, because sometimes I too much of a perfectionist that I want to get it correct. And I think you're a little bit like that yourself too as well, because you kind of got you kind of do what I do when it comes to building out a site. What else? Always informative sessions, Peter. Elbow cough. Awesome. Hey guys, that's me for tonight. This is the last one of the sessions that I'm going to be doing. It's kind of like just a build up to the ecom workshop that I'm doing, and for anybody to sort of just jump on these sessions and get a few idea about different things. It's always good to have bits of knowledge about ecom. I love doing this stuff. I've always been passionate about ecom. I've been doing it now 17 years, and it's not something that I ever get sick of. And it's always evolving as well in terms of products and what's out there, and of course with AI. Thanks very much for being part of this session tonight and over the week. And look, I'll probably see a lot of you on Thursday. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Simon Liang with GrooveAsia.cm. Are you already a part of the #1 community in the world? If not, do so right now for free training and support, along with live sessions to help you succeed. Start now by joining us in our private Facebook group and get more exclusive video content on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for all updates. Join our community right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside at GrooveAsia.cm.